All right, Tim is in the building. Now, Tim, for those of you that don't know who Tim is a finance-based content creator across TikTok, Instagram, educating teens, young adults, and several key topics like investing, mortgages, tax, saving, budgeting, careers, and much more. Things that I feel like are very essential to living in London.
Absolutely.
Yeah. To living in London. Firstly, thank you so much for coming through, Tim. I appreciate you. How's your weekend been so far?
Yeah, really good, mate.
Yeah? Had a busy week?
Every week's a busy week.
Yeah, every week's a busy week.
Got to grind every week, absolutely.
Got to grind every week.
Yeah,
I just found out as well that you're not even actually from London. You're
I'm from Hertforshire, yeah.
He travelled from Hertforshire to come onto the show. I respect that.
Show.
And he was early, on time. Props to you, brother.
Yeah, great way to professional, man.
Yeah, man. Great way to start off 2024. How's your 2024 started for you?
Good, man. Yeah, good. You know, I would say it's January is always an interesting time, especially when you're in the freelancer, industry as well. It's usually Q4 is the biggest, so then January is usually like one of the troughs, getting ready for the peak.
Yeah.
So just got to grind, really.
Just got to grind and keep it going.
Yeah.
Tim, you've established, well, me spying obviously on social media. I feel like you've just established yourself as someone that's very much. You do your goals, you set it out, you smash it. What's next? Kind of mentality, kind of thing.
I'm the kind of guy that when I have a goal in mind, I don't tell anyone what I'm about it. I keep it to myself because you can't. I feel like you have to kind of. I guess it's internal manifestation rather than outward. I don't want to be the guy that says he's going to do something. I want to be the guy that's already done something, and I can tell others about it. That's just my mindset.
See, I brought someone special for you today. Now, January has started. I feel like a lot of people are in positions where sometimes they probably might be changing their field. They don't know how to probably budget or plan properly. Obviously, we've seen how politics have gone right now in terms of inflation, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So in terms of 2024, people that are probably like starting their planners. I haven't finished off my planner yet. I'm starting it. I've got a couple of days before January's over. I'm going to finish that, sort that out. Could you tell us what? I know you kept it internally, but what's one of your goals for 2024?
One of my goals for 2024 is I'm hoping to. I'm making a big financial decision this year with my partner. We're going to try and buy a house. Nice. So that's the main thing.
Nice.
Also, I guess some personal goals in terms of like finances that I want to hit. But I think the big one is kind of, I've been living at home and saving up. I'm in a fortunate position where I can do that and have been doing that for quite a while. Yeah. So I want to kind of, I guess, enjoy the fruits of the hard graft for the past few years and savings and trying to, start that journey of being on the property ladder. That's probably my biggest goal for this year, I would say.
So Tim, what made, so obviously before we get into the whole TikTok fame sensation and stuff, how does your background even start for you? Like what made content creation a thing for you that you felt like, you know what, this is something I wanted to kind of go into to kind of voice basically, I guess, life decisions that you made for yourself and you can see that it's benefited you. You just wanted to share out with the public.
Yeah, so I mean the journey itself, it starts back in 2020 when I graduated from uni. During lockdown. Goodness. I'm one of the lockdown sprouts.
I'm one of the lockdowns.
Yeah, so really like I went to Sussex, I studied economics and finance, graduated in like summer of 2020. I was trying to find a job for months and months and months and like nowhere was accepting. I was applying. I probably did over like 100 applications in the space of that a few months, and like nowhere was taking me. And I thought, you know what? I've got some knowledge. I feel like I've got value. So if these companies aren't going to see it, I'm going to go out my way. I'm going to just post online because TikTok was in its like infancy at that time. And I started seeing people post things that wasn't just like dances and the memes and all that. So I thought, you know, I'm going to take a plunge. And just start sharing my knowledge online, myself. And I remember my first video, I posted it, and it got like, I made a video about lifetime ISAs for people that wanted to, save towards a house deposit. And within the first like day, it got like 40 views, and I thought, wow, nah, this isn't for me. This content creation world is not for me. You wake up the next day, it's on like 200,000 views, and I'm getting DM after DM. I'm flooded with questions about, I want to know more, bro. Like people don't teach us this stuff. So instantly when I saw that, I was like, I'm onto something here because school doesn't teach us this stuff. No. I know it, so I'm going to teach people. And that was kind of the beginning of the journey for me.
What you teach is basically financial literacy, which I feel like is a very big thing for anyone. Whether you have a 9-to-5 or you don't have a 9-to-5, whether you're a freelance entrepreneur or you're in working mode. I'm a freelancer. entrepreneur as well.
Yeah.
So I guess what tips would you? I'll get this started early on and get it out of the way. What kind of top tips would you have for people that are in the freelance world, that are entrepreneurs, that don't have a standard steady check? What's the best way to save, especially this year in 2024?
I think having a financial plan is obviously the main thing in terms of, you know, financially making sure that you're stable. Of course, with the income bit, I guess we'll get to that. But in terms of like looking ahead, you know, you have to know how much it costs to live your life every single month. You have to have pots allocated to, this is the amount of my income that goes on spending essential bills. This is the amount that I can spend for myself. This is where my money's going. So, you know, when you make that split. I did a video recently talking about like 70-20-10 rule, which is that 70% of your income on bills, 20% saved, and then 10% for yourself, which obviously some people agree with, some people don't, but you know, it's just an example of one thing that you can do. Other people, you know, I also kind of make content about 50% should be towards bills. But really it's a case of kind of having that allocation split that you know where your money's going. And once you have that, it's a case of putting the right things in place. So if your savings is going somewhere, it should be in either stocks and shares ISA, or it should be in a high yield savings account. So it's little things like that. And when it comes to like tracking your spending, you need to have like an app. You know, you can't just be writing things down. I think you have like a savings app, like a Plum, a Snoop, anything like that. There's so many out there, and they can kind of calculate what you're spending and where it's going. So like my own banking app with Santander, it does it for me, but I can see how much I spent on food, how much I spent on travel, and I'm like, whoa, I bought that many things from Amazon last month. Damn. Do you know what I mean? Like things it racks up and you don't even know.
I'm not gonna lie, Amazon I feel like is probably my drug. Because I get so much things from Amazon.
Absolutely.
I feel like, have you seen this ad? I think it's on TikTok, on social media. It pops up every now and again called Temu.
Yes.
I feel like that might replace Amazon soon, you know, because the
will.
Prices are so cheap.
I know, they're crazy.
It's so crazy. But then again, we'll get into that. We'll play this next song, Hocus Pocus. I want to get into I feel like the discipline aspect, because I feel like you have to be quite disciplined in order to be able to save money, put some stuff away. And it applies to all types of human beings as well. So we'll get into that, your kind of discipline measures. Is there anything that you kind of put in place in yourself? And I remember, I feel like there was a video that you mentioned that is like, well, if you're not having a bit of fun, life just becomes boring.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like we all still need a bit of fun, especially living in London. So we will get into that after this next song. Unknown T's dropped an album. It's called Blood Diamond. Here's Hocus Pocus featuring Locana. So if you do have any financial aspirations or dreams or goals, hit me up on the socials, on the Twitter, and I'll definitely direct the questions to him. We've covered quite a lot of things. I wanted to also ask as well, have you always wanted to work in finance? Is that something that you've always wanted to do?
No. So at school, when we got to the point of having to decide, you know, what we want to study, what careers we want to go into, I was so lost. I was thinking law, I was thinking geography. I had no idea, because, you know, all the teachers are saying, you know, do what you're passionate about. And I looked at it and I thought, I don't have a passion. I have no passion whatsoever. As bad as that sounds, I just, there was no like subject that really kind of got me kind of, you know, going in that sense. So I kind of just fell into finance thinking, do you know what? At least if I'm not going to enjoy anything, I might as well make some money trying to do it.
Why not?
But
making money is always good.
I mean,
so, especially now living in London.
So I think in the end, I realized that not necessarily what wasn't my passion was like the career, which I kind of knew, but the sharing the information and teaching others and having a platform where I can help, that was where the passion came. So I kind of found it later on. And I think that like school, they try and put you in the box so early, and you know, you put a lot of pressure on yourself to try and figure it out. And you don't need to figure it out. You know, you don't need to figure it out when you're 16. No one knows really what they want to do when they're 16. And I probably wouldn't say it was till I was, you know, 22, 23 when I really knew this is what I want to do.
Same. To be fair, like, I think when I finished uni, it's funny. I said this as well. I did this in a post earlier. When I was in uni, I didn't read as much. I was distracted heavily. Probably.
Who isn't though?
Less discipline. When I was out of uni, it was all on me. I read more books than I ever read in my entire life. I became a lot more disciplined, and then I just found things out. Do you know what I mean? Through, obviously, I think
self-education.
YouTube really helped me. So this brings me to my next question. Do you know what? Not even a question. Were you one of those people in school, that could perform badly but still get straight A's? And
do you know, it was a little bit of mix of both. If you looked at me, you'd think, yeah, he's a dumb kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. But then I'd always come up with like decent grades. Like I always did enough to get a good grade, never too much to be like one of the best students. So like, I was kind of there, like just average above the average, and like just kind of going with the flow. Yeah, coasting by. Not too good to get recognition, but like not bad enough to like get told off. You know, somewhere in the middle. That was kind of me.
So you're one of the lockdown babies, those bloomers, and now you've burst onto the scene. What's been some of the coolest things you've been able to do because of TikTok, because of social media?
I think, do you know what? One thing I would say, which is maybe a bit cringe, is like being able to meet some like really, really cool people and like go to like events, like a Spotify event I went to, the end of year party. Nice. I met some cool YouTubers. I've been with like a management agency a year or two ago, and like they had really, really, really like big stars there. And like I'm in this room with all these people, like some people I watched like kind of growing up, and I'm thinking, I'm in their social circles now. That's crazy. So I think that's one of the crazy things. The other thing is like being invited to like do talks and panels. Like there's like a big bank reached out to me last year, and they were like, we want you to do a talk in front of 80 people of our like marketing staff because they love what you do and none of them know how to do what you do. And I was like, wow, you know, maybe what I do is really, really rare. And it is really like I'm in a field where I'm one of the experts, and others kind of look at me and think, well, we can learn a lot from him. And like kind of that realization of like, that's the position I'm in, because I'm just like making videos like in my room, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm just doing something so small, but it reaches so many people, and the impact that you have, it's just crazy.
Finance is always going to be a key thing. Again, like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a freelancer, if you're in corporate or 9 to 5, you're always going to need to get your finances straight, inflation-wise. I do have a game for you, which we're going to put on next. It's called Higher or Lower. Higher or Lower, this game is designed, I feel like it made sense because of inflation. So the prices that you might have thought a Lucozade bottle or a Monster bottle was last year, it's not that now. So yeah, we're gonna put Tim under the microscope, under the test, to see whether or not he can guess the higher or lower prices absolutely correct on that. But before we get into that, 2024, you've let us know about one of your goals as well, which I'm super appreciative of as well. Now that you're in that space, now that you're in that content creation kind of world now, give me one video that, again, you kind of, and I feel like as content creators, you have this thing where you put so much energy into one video. It doesn't necessarily do as much as you thought it would, but then there's those ones where it's like, you know, I'm just going to put this up, like minimal effort and see what happens. And that ends up being the one that, what kind of video comes to mind for you?
Yeah, no, straight away, I know exactly what. My best example of this is last year, kind of like, I'd say September, October time. I made a video where like I just sat in my car and I just talked about my journey going from a uni student with no skills, no experience, who couldn't get a job, to where I am now, having a massive platform and a following, and kind of realizing that the degree I had was just a piece of paper until I made something from it, you know?
Wow.
And that was literally, the whole video was a minute of me just talking about that. No editing, no nothing. And, you know, it was my best performing video of 2023 in terms of engagement, comments. Yeah, because people resonate with the story. It's not about, you know, like the effects and the visuals and all of that stuff. It's about the message that you put across, right? And I think that message was just so raw and like authentic, and that will always beat, you know, the best editing, the best camera, the best, all of that stuff, you know.
I feel like that's a tip that everyone can kind of take away from, like everyone like if you're, especially if you're in those words of like content creation, even if you're not, whatever it is that you're doing, you always want to know that your message is being seen and you're adding value to the community, to the world, to people in and around the world.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, the thing is, if your message, if what you're saying is authentic, there's always going to be people out there that resonate with what you're saying, because a lot of people go through the same challenges and have been through the same experiences. I had so many people that messaged me saying, bro, I'm in that position, like I can't get a job, I've got this degree, or I'm graduating next year and I'm scared. There's always these people that you know, you think you're never alone in what you're going through, you know. So, and I think social media is probably the one thing that's kind of now kind of making, especially for me, making me realize how many, like, it's easy to kind of share. It's so easy to kind of share and get advice. So I always respond to people that message me in my DMs. Always.
Now that you're at the position that you're at now, last question before we get into this next song.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah. What's the question? I had this question for you. That's the one. Are you now in a position where you don't actually have to do your finance work now, where you can actually live off your social media?
Yeah. So okay, I'll give you some. I'll give you a few nuggets on this one.
Give me some nuggets.
It's. So I would say. So I started.
And would you want to as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. You know, I feel like I know where I want to be in 5 years, and I know what I see myself doing.
Yeah.
And you know, putting my full focus into the social media career is 100%. You know, that would be something that would be a dream for me. You know, I would say, in terms of the financial aspect of it, it has really blown my mind. Not even just me, because I know other people as well who have got loads of followers, and the amount of money that you can make for such a little amount of work online now is crazy. And like one brand deal can be double, triple your salary. It still blows my mind to this day. Like the fact that there's people out there that see so much value in what you're doing that they're willing to pay you that much is, yeah, it's the new world, new generation.
New world, new generation, content creation. And I just hope to be where you are in those same sectors one day. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Tim, thank you so much for being my guest. Undoubtedly, probably one of the most important guests of this year so far in 2024. And again, like I said, if you're in that field, freelance, corporate, whatever it is you're doing, I think the biggest takeaway from this interview was making sure that you add value and your message is more important than how it kind of looks and the graphics and stuff.
Being authentic.
Being authentic. What you're saying and what you're relaying to people would always reach further than the actual looks and graphics, etc.
100%.
So yeah, Tim, are you ready for higher lower?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I've got to get at least one. Come on.
You gotta get at least one. That's gonna be up next. But here's Body Moving, Eliza Rose, and Calvin Harris.
Represent.
Ooh. So yeah, just a brief recap quickly. Tim Paul is in the studio. We've now come to the end of the interview. It's now game time.
Let's go.
He's ready.
I'm ready.
We're ready and raring to go. But yeah, we're gonna get this game on the way, which is higher or lower, and it's basically us discussing the prices of certain food products. So obviously, I'm gonna say the food products. I'm gonna mention it to Tim. He's gonna see it. Obviously, you can't see it, but I'm gonna show it to Tim, and then he's gonna guess whether or not higher or lower. I'm gonna do the countdown for him as well, and then yeah, we've got 6 items in total, so 3 rounds. Let's see how many Tim can get right.
I'm just going to caveat, they didn't tell me which shop they got the goods
from.
So,
I think that would have been a bit too obvious. That would have been a bit too easy for you, yeah? So... Okay. Now, let's get into this.
All right.
Before we do that...
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Tim, the first round is you have Diet Coke. The liter is 1 liter.
1 liter.
Yep. Yeah. And you have Lucozade, which is 900 ml.
Okay.
Right? Which item, according to you, is higher or lower?
Lucozade is higher.
Lucozade is higher.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
That's your final answer.
Boom.
So you think Lucozade has a higher price than the Diet Coke?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He didn't even wait for me to do the countdown, but you know what? To be fair, he didn't need to. Absolutely
Boom.
correct.
Let's go.
Do you want to know the prices?
Yeah, go on.
Lucozade is £1.50.
Yeah.
£1 the Diet Coke.
Okay.
All right, we're on to the next round. Let's get into this. Play along at home. Which one do you think it is as well? We're getting into a packet of sweets now. So we've got Haribo, strawberry softies.
I like them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you've got Mawam. Joysticks, the share size.
I need the grams. I need the grams.
Oh, we're getting specific now. So, Haribo,
140, all right?
140.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 140. 140.
140. Okay.
Both 140 grams.
Okay.
Both bought in from the same place, so I didn't go to different shops. What are you thinking? Is Haribo Strawberry Softies higher or lower than Mawam joysticks? Higher or lower?
I think it's lower.
You think Haribo is lower than the Mawam?
Yes.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Okay. The answer is incorrect.
Oh, man. The packet looks bigger on the Mawams, man.
You think this is lower, right?
Yeah.
No, it's higher.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 'cause
what's
of
the price? What's the price?
£1.25.
Okay.
A pound.
Wow.
Yeah. Slim margins, right?
Yes.
I did tell you.
Yeah. 25 pence, innit?
Literally just 25 pence. And now the last one, the last two products.
The last one. Come on.
And these are all, well, apart from the Mawam and the Haribos, it depends if you want to treat yourself. But I feel like these are, when I'm going into work, this is something I always see. Someone's got either one of these two in their shopping basket or is eating it on the train or something like that. They've got one of these. These are breakfast bars. These are cereal bars. What is it? Let me explain it for you. So these are Belvitas, breakfast, honey and nut. Let me get the grams for you because I'm sure you're probably going to ask me about the grams.
You know it.
Wait, where's the grams? So it says 45. No, what's the total grams? Not the. Where's the total?
Right, how many biscuits inside?
Five
packets. Pack of 5. All right, pack of 5.
Pack of 5s.
Belvitas. Yep.
Yeah, pack of 5 Belvitas. What you've got here is the Cadbury Brunch Oats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut and chocolate. And 143 calories. 5 bars. Now, which one is higher? Which one is lower according to you?
I'm gonna say Cadbury's is higher.
Cadbury's is higher?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, it's not looking good by your facial expression, is it?
Nope. Absolutely incorrect. So, now, they're the same price.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a trick question. Nah, we don't count that one. We're not counting that one. Nah.
Are you disallowing it?
Disallowed.
You're disallowed.
VAR says nah. No way.
Oh, Tim's not happy with that one. They actually priced at £1.25 each.
Okay.
Yeah, same price. Same price for the both of them. But yeah, these are. Do you get any of these in the morning?
I wouldn't mind the Cadbury's. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, but honestly, thank you for being my guest. This is the first guest this year that's played a game with me. So there'll be many more.
Yeah.
How did you find higher or lower?
Good fun, but the last question was a bit of a shit
Yeah.
Nah, all good, man.
It was all good?
Loved it. Yeah,
Tim,
man.
thank
Thanks
you so
for
much.
having me on,
yeah,
man.
not to worry. But you know what? You got one wrong. You got one right. I will give you the last one.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to take home today?
Out of all of them?
Yeah.
Sweets, please.
Sweets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Do you know what? It is the weekend. So what sweets did you have in mind? Did you have the Mawam
the
or
Mawams,
the
yeah.
Yeah, the Mawams.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Thank you so much. Legend.
Here's a gift for you. Thank you so much for coming on. We got Alika Hold On up next.